You guys probably know, for years have been a big fan of Anything for Views and Filthy Frank and, iDub, stuff like that. Anything for Views, obviously, back in the day was a part of, a lot of Content Cop episodes. He was in those skits that Ian would do. On top of that, he also was, in a lot of those like classic Cancer Crew videos. Like I think he's in Hair Cake, Vomit Cake, stuff like that. Deadly Twister, right? Some really fire videos. But Chad, he posted well, actually, before I get into that, I should probably explain where he's been since then. Essentially, he and Max Mofo managed to build a pretty cool business in the form of Cold Ones, which is a show they do where they review, silly stuff, Temu products, shitty kitchen appliances. Obviously, a big theme of it is drinking, right? I think the last time we talked about this was during the iDubbbz appearance on this, where he seemed very low energy. As a former art commentary YouTuber, how does it feel knowing all the big names in the community have ruined their careers? I don't know. I mean, I didn't expect too much. I expected the floor from that community of people, basically. But another thing that they've also been really passionate about is Grog, which is their alcoholic beverage, I believe, that they've been promoting a lot. And I think they just started getting it in stores in the United States as well, which is cool. It's cool to see, people, from YouTube create their own businesses and get it in actual stores. I think it's pretty sick. I have a lot of admiration for that,
Number one, in the future, will Cold One's merch branch into cooler stuff like their own liquor/beer?
We want to do alcohol. The thing that I'd be proud of the most for like Cold Ones would be alcohol. Grog would be lit. It's just a long process. You can't do it overnight.
Cucumber Joe. That's right, good.
It's me, Cucumber Joe.
Check that out. I like that. That's a funny little character. I like that. Put on your stomach. Teletubbies.
Hey, it's Christmas!
So, it's cool. They managed to launch their own whole alcohol brand. And I can't say that I'm like a huge fan of Cold Ones. I don't watch every episode, but some of the ones that I've seen have been pretty entertaining. And I think, Chad and Max are pretty entertaining people.
Thought it might be a bit hard to learn a new word. So instead, we just called it what we've been calling alcohol this whole time. Grog.
We are simple men.
The question you might be asking is, how did such simple men make such an amazing drink?
It all started 2 years ago.
So you get the idea, right? Well, recently he posted this statement on Twitter, which I found kind of perplexing. I find it perplexing because I when I've watched Cold Ones, I feel like they're still, a pretty edgy group of guys, right? I mean, maybe not to the extent that, people on YouTube were in 2016. But, they still make like, jokes about people. They still rib on people. They still shit on them. It's just not as crazy as it used to be. And that makes sense because, times have changed on YouTube. You can't get monetized if you do certain things. But he posted this long statement, and here's what he said. The amount of fans I've had the pleasure to meet over this past year has been a blessing and heartwarming experience. I can't believe how many of you MFers watch our shit and are so involved. In my life, I've only ever wanted to entertain and bring joy and laughter to other people's life. On and off camera, I hope people know me. I hope people who know me can attest to that. However, when I was younger, I did and said some edgy stuff online to impress a community that I thought I needed approval from for some stupid ass reason. And I was like, here we go again, bro. Here we go again. Fucking A. Like, I don't know. I was just like, so like, man, I've just seen this too many times. I was just so, I was like, you made edgy jokes on YouTube like 6 years ago. Who gives a fuck? Who cares, man? Like, did iDubbbz message you or something? I said some horrid, racist, and sexist things on stream because it made chat move quicker and made me feel like I was entertaining. When I inevitably got banned for the shit I was saying, it broke me completely. But looking back at it now, it was a good thing because it forced me to take a step back and think about what I was saying and the impact it had on me. And not just myself, but people who were watching and the people around me. Making vids and especially live streams, it can be hard to separate what's performance and what's real, but I absolutely said those things and hurt people, including friends around me. I think an apology to all of them is long overdue. I'm deeply sorry. It's been 7 years and not a day goes past I don't look back on those days and absolutely tear myself up inside. But thankfully, I've surrounded myself with good people, loved ones, family, and friends and the last thing I want to happen is for my younger self, stupid mistakes to affect those who help me understand and learn to be better. I know getting drunk on camera isn't exactly changing the world, but getting to meet some of you legends over the past year has made me so thankful that I left that shit behind me. And I feel like I owe you guys some accountability for how stupid I was. I'm not proud of myself yet, but I'm proud of what we're making, and I'm proud of the team I'm privileged to share walls with and call friends. I want to thank you all for watching my stuff from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry for being the selfish dumbass I was. I think the doctors took the critical thinking part out of my brain. And I was just like, man, I don't know. This just seems so cringe. It seems cringe. But I was like, I don't want to start drama with these guys. I like them, regardless of if they, do the cringe apology thing and change over time. And, oh, I was so horrible in the past. And I push racism and stereotypes. you know, I was like, whatever. I don't want to start some shit with these guys. But then I got a DM from someone, and it made it kind of clear to me probably why this is happening. And you know, I don't want to speculate too much here on the intentions of the statement like this, but I saw this tweet, man. This is fucking insane. This person's post is fucking insane. This is fucking crazy. So here's what they said. Hey, Chad, it's good to see you finally taking accountability for your actions. This would have been more compelling if your apology wasn't after being dropped by hundreds of retail partners, including IGA Liquor, Celebrations, and Total Wine, preceding our investigation into your despicable actions. To be pushing the agenda that all of this is only on-camera behavior and only happened well into the past is completely misleading. Our investigation into you is wrapped up in our video, and telling you all of your awful behavior will be out tomorrow. No, I don't know what the fuck he did. I don't know if there was some gorilla mode moment that I don't know about for this guy. But these people are sending emails. This guy's sending emails to the drink distributors, telling them that they need to drop him because he like said the N-word 10 years ago. Anything for views should have been fast shame more often. Yeah, based. This guy, Craig, I guess, responds to them. Then we have this person named Edward. Thanks for your earlier emails to John. As flagged by John, we have now looked into the matter you raised in relation to Chad Roberts and confirmed that grog is no longer being made available by ALM to our independent retailers. ALM and Metcash in no way condones any anti-Semitic, racist, or sexist behavior or comments. Like, we're about to have like an Appraise of Shadows video come out. These products have been pulled from Total Wine and more shelves. The views expressed are abhorrent and entirely inconsistent with our values and brand. And so I was so perplexed by this, okay? And then I remember that I think a few days ago in chat, maybe the last time I streamed or the time before that, I think the person that made this video donated to me and was like, we found some disturbing stuff about Chad and you need to take a look at this. And at the time, I was thinking it would probably be something worse than this because of the way they framed it. I didn't think it would be like 10-year-old edgy jokes, but I thought it would be something more serious. But I was like, hey, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if there's allegations. I don't want to get involved. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking get involved in this shit. Like, you do your own video. Maybe I'll look at it later if it's interesting, right? But like now, this dude is literally, as soon as they launch a business, emailing fucking people that he's like business partners with, trying to get him fucking canceled. And so it's like, what the fuck? Unless there's something I'm missing here and there's some like seriously worse thing. I don't care that he said the N-word 10 years ago. I wouldn't care if he said it yesterday, frankly. But apparently this dude just went through his back catalog when he saw that he had a successful business and decided to try and fucking ruin his whole shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is a sick person. Get a fucking life. Dude woke up early to get people's business opportunities taken away because he was edgy online in a time when being edgy was like the thing to do. This is like a foul, unhealthy, jealous person. Like, it's like tattletale hall monitor behavior. It's like, oh, you built a cool brand and a successful business and you're finally getting cool opportunities. Well, what about that thing you did 10 years ago? What about that word you said 10 years ago in an iDubbbz video? Like, fuck this guy. This is absolutely foul. I hate this shit, you know? And unless there's some proof that Chad Anything for Views, like, groomed a child, I don't give a fuck. And if he did do that, you'd think that would have been something that this person would have said, you know? And they didn't. He just said crazy shit a few years ago. He said the N-word or something. Who gives a fuck? I don't understand why they would do this and come to you about it if they watch your stuff. They probably don't watch my stuff. They probably just see that I have an audience and they were trying to get attention on it. That's probably it. They probably don't know my history. It doesn't really, like, I'm not the guy to contact about something like this, to say the least, you know? Like, sometimes I'll get a very confusing email from someone who's like, Tom, I need you to talk about this. My cousin was transphobic to my other cousin last week at Thanksgiving and it's been bothering me and you need to make a video. And I'm like, do you know who the fuck I am? Come on, motherfucker. Have you watched anything I've done ever? Come on. Do you know me? You guys know me, okay? You're my real friends, so you know me. What is wrong with this person? This is sickening. It's sickening. So yeah, I assume this person's video is going to come out and it's going to be absolute cancer. People want to put their own families on blast for clout. Yeah, they do. For like, I don't know, who knows what, saying the T slur at Thanksgiving. It's like, well, your uncle that served in Vietnam said the mean T slur. Like, what do you expect, bro? So yeah, I hate this kind of shit, man. I hate this like culture of like genuine cancel culture. Like, because you said something mean 10 years ago, fuck you. You don't get to make money. Like, it's so disgusting. It's genuinely just foul. It's like life ruination, you know? And I see this guy's followed by internet anarchist. I don't know if he just followed him randomly, but I don't know. This person seems kind of foul, man. This person seems slippery. Something cooking. Lol. There was a random dude trying to get advertisers to drop them for saying the N-word years ago. No, he actually did get them to drop. He did get advertisers to drop them. And he's bragging about it in these emails he's showing. He literally got it to happen. Like, this is like stirring up shit for what? For fucking what? Like, literal cancel culture in a real way, man. So yeah, I find that pretty foul, man. I find that pretty foul. You know, as much as I was gonna like shit on Chad for his cringe apology, like, at the end of the day, he's launching a drink brand, trying to be successful with it. Like, I don't know if his apology is sincere or not, but whether or not it is, like, I think it, you know, makes sense to make the kind of statement, because he's trying to launch like a huge business he's invested undoubtedly tons of money into. And this fucker's trying to ruin it. This fucker's trying to ruin his whole swag. So, I mean, it's like petty. It's foul, dude. I hate it. So, I mean, that's the situation there. It's, you know, short for now. I assume we might get an update tomorrow or something. But yeah, unless I see that Anything Reviews did something truly evil, I don't care. What did Chad do? He literally just, he was edgy a few years ago. That's it, bro. As far as I can tell. Unless there's something I'm missing. It sucks, man. It sucks. I hate it.
Chad, who also goes by Anything for Views, is a staple in YouTube history as someone who is part of the original gang with Filthy Frank and others in 2016. However, he has stuck around and continued to create content for the last 8 years.
I'm curious what people's reactions to that tweet were, honestly. I'm very curious about that, like how they felt about it. I assume it was mostly a positive reaction, right?
Members alike is linked below. Anyway,
Turkish Tom, when will you eat Lunchly on stream like you ate Feastables? Dude, I would if I could find it. I can't find Lunchly anywhere. You know, and obviously I live in the middle of nowhere, so I thought maybe that was why. But like a lot of people I know that have been trying to find Lunchly can't fucking find it. They can't get it. So, you know, I think that that could be why. You know, this just hasn't been sourced out to everybody yet. Maybe they need to get their transmission fluid changed. True, everyone could use that once in a while.
Continuing the video, Vibin responds, Chad from Joji surely can't read.
Weaponizing brand's aversion to controversy to financially injure someone you don't like is just psychotic. Dude, it is like so disgusting, dude. Attacking someone's bottom line because they said like mean stuff on YouTube 10 years ago that at the time, keep in mind, nobody had a problem with, nobody cared about, nobody was there telling them like, this is bad, you can't say, like that was what was supported at the time on YouTube. That's what everybody liked, you know, literally everybody. And to like come around now with that he has like a new show, you know, with his friend Max and is like making money and launching this drink brand to like take what he's built and try to like crumble it because he was mean a few years ago. Like taking advantage of the cultural sensitivity, stuff like that is so foul. It's so disgusting, man. I hate it. I hate it. I'm like offended on Chad's behalf. I hate that shit, bro. He's not even controversial now. I don't see why you would do this. I mean, maybe it's some misguided sense of like moral righteousness over it, or maybe it's because they're just, you know, jealous fucking loser, you know, in Praise of Shadows moment.
Read, but he can write. Joey Bazinga replies, love you, big dog. Josh Dub says, anyone who knows you personally knows you're an actual good dude, man. Justin says, thanks for letting me use your Bugatti at TwitchCon, legend. Love you. Diddley replies, if you don't look back at your past self and cringe a little, something's not right. No point dwelling over the past, you've changed. Josig says, Chad, accountability was not on my 2024 bingo card, but we love to see it. Goober Yanko says, just put the grog in the bag, brother. Saku replies, cold.
Saku had a base moment there. Cold Ones has gone woke. True. Dude, I can't wait to see Brett Cooper talk about how Cold Ones went woke, okay? She needs to call them out.
Ones has gone woke. And
is Wendigoon still allowed in polite society? He is, and that's something that needs to be talked about. It's disgusting.
Crunchy Napkin responds, far from it. Owning up to your fuck-ups and being a man about it ain't ever been the woke thing to do. Woke would be running a twit longer and all your friends turning their back on you for being canceled. Hallie Hairbun quote tweets Chad and says, so with that in mind, y'all are gonna stop saying the R slur and stop using AI in your videos, right?
Bro. This is the problem, man. This is the problem. When you apologize for stuff in the past that you did, everything else that you've done is going to come back to bite you. Everything else, like you apologize for doing something 10 years ago, instantly the response from a bunch of people is going to be like, oh, well, you still use the R slur, don't you? Let's talk about that. You used AI. The most racist thing you can possibly do. You used AI, bro. I just smoked 2 bowls before I take a shower. I'm considering a third, but I cannot decide what should I do. Throw the weed away. Throw the weed away and use that money to pay for me. That's what you should do, bro. Woke Tom when? Good question. I think the only reason I would ever go woke is for a pure business decision. Like if I somehow left YouTube and I had some kind of like business outside of it that relied on like the public to, you know, like public approval or like public perception, or I had like business partners I had to like deal with, then I probably would, you know, just post like some cringe soy apology if I thought, you know, that's the way that I had to be to make that money. I wouldn't do it on YouTube, but like if I left, I probably would fake an apology if I had to. If I was making like fucking a bunch, like an absurd amount of money and like the only thing standing between that and me continuing to make it was like an apology, I would probably do it, but only if it wasn't on YouTube. Because YouTube, the thing is like, is about my opinions and I want to be honest here with my opinions, you know, but if I had like some kind of air conditioning business or something, and the air conditioning business like was, you know, unrelated to YouTube and I wasn't doing YouTube anymore, and like, you know, the shareholders want to make some cringe apology, maybe I would do it if it would make me more money, you know. I would do it for the bag if it wasn't the YouTube thing, but I wouldn't, you know. Part of the reason that I am like doing the shirts now on YouTube and stuff like that is so that like if I do, you know, have a quote unquote base chud moment in the future, I can, you know, avoid having problems with that, because like the sponsorship is for me, you know, it's my sponsorship. You spent $1,500 on weed, Mo? That is disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm on day 8 of quitting weed and I'm still going strong. Good. Yeah, I think that like from like a YouTube perspective, I wouldn't do it, because like YouTube, I feel like, you know, I want to be honest with my opinions. I don't want to lie on YouTube, you know. But if I left YouTube and I was just having some business outside of it, and I wasn't on YouTube at all anymore, and I thought that it would like stand, if I thought that like making that apology would stand between me like continuing that business and not, I would probably do it. I would just say fuck it, you know. I mean, that's what businesses do, right? That's what you got to do. If you're not in the market of giving your opinions and like trying to be honest about how you feel, you're just trying to make a bag, like fuck it. Cyrex and popping up, do an update, maybe. I like to wait with those lolcow guys. I like to let them simmer until I can do a nice long video. That's not what businesses do. That is absolutely what businesses do. If you're trying to run a business, that is 1000% what businesses do. Unless your business, like if your business is built off of your opinions and public like perception of like what you have to say, I don't think you should do that. But if you're like running a business for like fucking selling ice cream, and it turns out you said the N-word and people don't want to buy your ice cream anymore because you said the N-word, obviously you're going to apologize for that, even if you don't feel that way, because you want to make money on the ice cream. You know, you're trying to get a bag. That makes sense to me, you know. Allowing white women on the internet was mankind's biggest mistake. If it wasn't for them, no one today would care about what he was saying years ago. I mean, there were white women on the internet back then too. I think it's different. I think that white women are my favorite kind of woman, okay? So I would never shit on white women. I love white women. You know, I understand white women can be annoying, but at the same time, they're perfect sweeties, so why would you do that, you know? They're perfect. They're angelic. They're ethereal. They're esoteric. They're hyperboric. Why would you do that, you know? Or you double down, cultivate a chud. Like, I mean, the thing is, if you're on YouTube, I think it's okay to double down. Like, in fact, you should. If that's your opinion, I think you should be honest about that. But if you're not doing YouTube and you're just running, like, if you're selling, like, fucking, I don't know, pillows, if you're selling markers, like, you know, if the brand isn't about your personality, it's not about who you are, it's about selling a product, like, obviously you're going to do that. Most corpos call it saving face. Yeah. And like that's why they have a PR department, you know. Like if you're just running, if the Lego company made some apology for racism, like I would probably be like, that's cringe, but like that's what they're gonna do, you know, to protect their bottom line. Obviously, Tom said he'll go woke for money. Well, depends. On YouTube, I would never do it because I just don't, you know. I wouldn't lie about my opinion, you know. I wouldn't do that on YouTube. But if I was like running some kind of like company outside of YouTube and I wasn't on YouTube anymore, then fuck it, I'd do it, dude. It's a bad look to say you would sell out. Okay, well, if you have that, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, bro. Anyone saying they wouldn't sell out is lying. I mean, the thing is, like, to me, there's like a difference, you know. There's like, if you're selling out on YouTube, like if you have one opinion and you're hiding that, like, especially if you're like a commentary channel, right? If you're just lying about how you feel, I think that is very detestable. But if you're like a company and you're trying to just make money, like it makes sense why companies do that. You know, they want to fucking make money. I could never sell out. I'd rather die. Okay, well, I guess you can die. You know, when you're running a business, it's ultimately about the bottom line. That's what you want to do, you know?
Old Ones has gone woke. And Crunchy Napkin responds, far from it. Owning up to your fuck-ups and being a man about it ain't ever been the woke thing to do. Woke would be running a twit longer and all your friends turning their back on you for being canceled. Hallie Hairbun quote tweets chat.
Like, this is the problem with like making an apology like this on YouTube, right? People will like constantly ask for more and more, you know? They want more and more and more.
And says, so with that in mind, y'all are gonna stop saying the R slur and stop using AI in your videos, right?
Stop using. Why is the AI thing such a big deal to people? Like, why? Why is the AI thing such like a sticking point? Because they should be paying real artists. Is that it? Sometimes AI makes better stuff than the real artists. For thumbnails, they undoubtedly can. Play Deji Ungrateful diss track. Maybe later.
Shamus quote tweets chat and says,
As a white woman, thank you for the praise. I take it back. I hate you.
2016 edgelord YouTuber cucks out and does my le past post. Oh, brother. Chud memes quote tweets chat and says, before the tard starts spurging out, no, he's not pulling an iDubbbz. He's most likely talking about the community he had on Twitch, not the filthy Frank days. Captain Howdy quote tweets chat and says, Chad isn't all of a sudden
this is our star, the star of our video, bro.
Sorry. He's sorry his true behavior is coming to light and it's losing him money. If he was sorry, he would have said something years ago, and not just off the back of grog retail partners like Total Wine, IGA Liquor, and Celebrations dropping him hundreds of stores. We've been investigating Chad's
This is so foul, bro. You know, this is the problem. Like, the problem is like we exist in this culture where this kind of stuff is effective, you know? It sucks, but it is, you know? I mean, we saw it. They literally got to email all of his, you know, stores that were holding his drink and lost a bunch of money on that easily, right? They pulled it from the shelves.
Actions for the last 5 weeks. And what we found is deeply disturbing. The behavior he claims is only...
Is this his true behavior? No, it's not, dude. He made jokes on the internet. There's no reason to believe that anything for views is an actual racist person.
On camera or in the past is completely false, and we have testaments and videos to prove it. Chad has even gone to the effort of deleting Reddit posts and comments, as well as hiding our tweet replies to stop this information from coming out. Our video coming
Well, your information is retarded, so maybe you deserve to get censored on the subreddit, actually.
out tomorrow will go into much farther detail. And then they attach 2 images. This one seems to be Edward from Total Wine and an email where it says to me and it says
Chad is sus, nothing to do with him being jokey. What do you mean he's sus? What does that mean? He's sus.
Captain Howdy. These products have been pulled from Total Wine and more shelves. The views expressed are abhorrent and entirely inconsistent with our values and brand. Then it seems to be another email here where someone named Craig at medcash.com says, Hi blank, thanks for your earlier emails to John. As flagged by John, we have now looked into the matter you raised in relation to Chad Roberts and confirmed that grog is no longer being made available by ALM to our independent retailers. ALM and Medcash and in no way condones any
He's Australian,
anti-Semitic,
true.
racist, or sexist behavior or comments. Regards, Craig. Captain Howdy continues his post by saying, Here's a Reddit post from the Cold One subreddit that was deleted by the moderators last week, where a fan recounted a Total Wine employee telling them that grog was recalled because it didn't align with their values. Chad is a moderator on the Reddit.
Yeah, it didn't align with their values. Lol. No, you fucking harassed them. You harassed these fucking people. You harassed these businesses trying to, make it a bad look for them. You literally did what journalists did. You did what like the Wall Street Journal did with PewDiePie years ago. It's disgusting. Fuck you.
Honking Log responds, Congratulations on achieving literally nothing
True!
but value and taking things away from people. Yeah, it says, Bro wants to be Dogpack 404 so bad.
Yeah, but Dogpack didn't do anything this egregious. Dogpack had I feel like a lot of legitimate criticisms of Mr. Beast. Like, this is another level.
Rayo says, Who are you? James Scott replies, People change. Thumbs up. Halicon says, You
Tom did apologize if his job counted on it. Well, with YouTube stuff, I wouldn't apologize if my job counted on it. But if it was like I had, if I quit YouTube and I had some other business I was running outside of it that was just I was a part of it, or I was an investor, or I was trying to make money from it, right? Then I would probably apologize, I would just do a totally fake apology. When it comes to YouTube, I wouldn't, because that's gay and retarded. On YouTube, the thing is you don't have to. You can just be honest about how you feel, and it's better. Walk those statements back. No, fuck you. Also, Amanda, if you want to come on stream and talk about it, let's do it. I think it'd be interesting. Let's do it. Let's have a chat.
suck, man. Let people change. Don't ruin their career just because of something that happened a decade ago.
True.
Slump Tonight responds, Unless you got with a literal child, I don't care, bro. Let people grow up and change. I can guarantee you've done stupid shit when you were younger that
in the real life, you don't have to. I mean, you just saw what literally happened. In real life, this guy managed to email his drink distributors and get them to drop him because he made cringe statements on YouTube 10 years ago. So that's clearly not even the case. Send me the link. Man, I don't have a Discord server, but just tell me your fucking, what do you call it? Tell me your, what do you call it? Discord name or whatever in chat, and I'll add you.
that you wouldn't want getting out. Everybody in the world does. Let it go, dude. You're not going to get fame from this. It just makes you look like a C. Dr. Awesome X posts this on the YouTube drama subreddit where he says, Anything for views /chat.
I'm one guying you? Yeah, you are. If you're having an opinion in my chat, don't you want to have a talk about it? Why not?
Cold Ones apologizes for past racist and sexist comments,
It would be interesting to have a chat about it. Let's do it.
discusses the effect it's had on his personal life, thanks viewers for the recent support.
There's a space in that name. Is that the real name? Is it at Videro Vero? Is that your name?
Reports on Grog and Cold Ones. Thankfully, the Cold Ones community has grown to be vastly different than the fan base the Shrimpson boys had, i.e. Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, Maximofo, Anything for Views, How To Basic. So I don't see people reacting anywhere near as negatively as people did back when iDubbbz acknowledged his past and the fan base he garnered that he grew to despise. Really happy to see Chad taking accountability and moving on properly. Saramuka replies, Shrimpson boys. This is my first time seeing them referred to as Shrimpson boys. My circle has always known them as the Cancer Crew. And Op replies, I've heard both. I believe Ian has even referred to the group as such, and attaches a Filthy Frank fandom article which says the Shrimpson boys. Forget the 90s replies to the original post by saying, I don't really know much about Max and Chad pre-Cold Ones, but I think his apology is well thought out.
Man, if you have your username, just pop it in chat, and we'll have a chat about it. I'll be nice, I'll be cordial, but I want to know why you didn't like my take, genuinely. And, it's hard for me to get your real opinion if you're just in my chat.
Out and articulated. He's taking accountability, explained why he did it, but isn't trying to diminish its impact. I think the way he explains that getting banned upset him at the time, but reflecting on why it was a good thing lends credibility to him. Hope things keep going well for him. Edit. I know little to nothing about iDubbbz or Filthy Frank past very surface level stuff. I was definitely around on the internet when they were popular, but I didn't watch any of their stuff. I've just read about it more recently.
I gotta wait till I'm off work. Okay, well, go back to your job. Stop typing in my chat. But if you want to have a chat when you're off work, put your name in here and I'll add you, and then we can talk when you're done. Assuming I'm still alive.
That said, I still believe that people doing stupid shit for shock value can be redeemed, especially with age and wisdom, and I stand by what I
I mean, I guess I like that his audience is forgiving. They're not being cringe about it, but I mean, at the same time, like, I get why he did it. You know, I get it because he has a business he's running, but, you know, obviously I still have that visceral opinion when I see it. Just like, this is fucking cringe, bro.
said. Steve Gerkel replies, they were pretty much as bad as iDubbbz back in the day. Chad would say racist shit in videos. He had an old woman streaming channel where he'd take random women on dates and say stupid offensive shit to shock the woman or viewers and shit. Glad he regrets that, lol, but that shit was cringe. Max is actually not so bad. I can only remember him being like ironically homophobic, but like those dudes full on kissed and groped each other. So it was way obvious they weren't really homophobic.
I forgot they used to kiss a lot in videos. I forgot that was a big thing. They were all kissing each other. And all those Cancer Crew videos, they were extremely gay. I forgot that. Woke agenda, dude. They were part of the woke agenda back then, way more than they are now.
Bradman Breast replies, Max started out years ago by prank calling, harassing people, and uploading them to YouTube. One of them was bad enough that he ended up making national news for it, but I don't think he ever really said anything that wasn't considered okay at the time.
Did he actually make national fucking news? Is that true? Any of the reviews prank call? Is that real? Looks like they did prank calling a few years ago with 2Mad, actually. I forgot that. Anything reviews prank? I wish I could find that. That must be funny.
Saying that, though, I can't imagine it aged well, and I don't really want to find that out. SMA2343 says, the duality of Cold Ones fans immediately understanding and accepting Chad's apology and his growth of content, and then iDubbbz fans who hate him for his apology and want him to continue to say,
it may not be just business. Sometimes you grow up, you see the world, you meet people and have regrets. That's it. I don't think this dude's a bigot. I don't think he's a bigot either. I mean, the thing is, like, I do see it as a super cringe kind of statement, undoubtedly, but like at the same time, when he's running a real life business and he's trying to get it off the ground, he's clearly invested a ton of money into it, and like they probably have employees who are helping them, because I doubt Chad personally knows how to like bottle a drink. And then he's got these fuckers who are emailing these businesses he's collaborating with, you know, these stores, the distributors that he's trying to get it into so it can be bought. Like, you know, I don't know, it kind of makes sense to me that he would make that statement, you know. Like, I think I would be a lot more critical if he was like a commentary YouTuber, but I think the fact that he's not, like, I'm less, I don't know, extreme on that.
Racial and homophobic slurs in his videos. Purple Coffin Man replies, it's because their fan bases have gone in such drastically different directions / progressed in such drastically.
If anyone other than Manda disagrees with my take, we can have a chat about it too, by the way. I'm down. If anybody has they disagree with what I have to say, let me know.
Different directions. Cold Ones, and by extension Max and Chad, has been a much slower burn compared to iDubbbz due to the format of Cold Ones as a show. Ian really only straightened out probably either right before or right after the pandemic. Cthulhu Slayer replies, because Chad acts like an adult. iDubbbz literally just swapped targets, but he's still the same guy. And
oh, was it a Rob Media video? I like that guy's channel. Rob's Media Cancer Crew. Maybe we'll watch that after this. That sounds interesting. The Cancer Crew's, which video is it? He's got a bunch. Is it this one or this one? Unreleased videos or Reign of the Cancer Crew? Tom wants to argue today? Yeah, I do. I think it'd be good. I don't disagree. I just want to chat. Well, I'm really looking for more disagreeable takes. Can you say good night, Pookie Bear? Good night, Pookie Bear.
And Sledgehammer replies, this is exactly what they're talking about. It's literally the same thing. These are two people doing exactly the same thing. If you don't like one of them, that's fine, but don't try to rationalize it. Nicholas Diorio then screenshots the thread we just read and posted on his Twitter saying, the weird, they just want him to say slurs gaslighting has left these people with no idea why iDubbbz is made fun of online.
True.
Rift Knight replies, when I see people who say they've grown up, I'd like to actually visually see it in the way they act now versus then. Chad has visually grown.
Visually grown. Did he get fatter? He visually grew. He definitely visually grew, bro.
You can see that in the way he acts. Whereas Ian just changed. He hasn't grown up. Solaire replies, I wonder what percentage of his downfall is because of his wife. Deathcard posts Chad's apology on the R Cold One subreddit and titles it, the Reddit will cry about this.
Depo in chat. Do you want to have a chat about it? I see you being somewhat antagonistic. Do you want to have a chat on stream about it?
Back to the Zach replies, feels genuine, which is rare for YouTubers. And Haunted CS says, you know it's real because of the spelling, Lamau. Love you, Chad. Max has AIDS. Nervous Rooster says, good guy Chad post. He's grown up and taken responsibility for dumb
You do? Depo, what's your Discord?
shit he did. People grow, people change. Bottom text. And Universal Raccoon says, Chad did it better than iDubbbz IMO. Timeless Corruption says, don't think this apology is really necessary, to be honest. The internet was a different beast in 2015, 2017, and people said edgy offensive stuff for reactions all the time, especially the circles he was
I don't have Discord. I'll DM you on Instagram, but you got to have a Discord. If you want to have a chat, you got to make a Discord, bro. I'm not going to like DM you back and forth. If I'm going to do it, it's got to be content.
Is a part of. Feeling regret for the things we said back in those times is sort of part of the package, but it's a really mature and well done apology that doesn't blatantly shit on his own fan base, so he's doing something right. Natonic
I mean, he handled it better than iDubbbz for sure. The thing is, I'm less mad about the cringy apology and more mad about this fucking loser that's emailing these businesses trying to get his fucking shit taken away. Thanks, Monica, for becoming a member.
Lies. But when iDubbbz says the same thing, he's a soy boy and a pussy and gets made fun of by the entire internet. Ingoro Vega says, because he handled it way differently. And that's what the internet's had to say so far. See you next episode.
Interesting. When you work in marketing, you find out how money hungry people are working anywhere. I mean, the thing is, like, you know, I find it very cringe when somebody who makes their, you know, life on their opinions and like, you know, the content they do. And like, that's, you know, their like work is their quote unquote art or whatever, their creations. I find it very cringe when somebody apologizes for something retarded when it's like in that kind of way, because it's like, well, your entire career is built off of your opinions and being quote unquote based, right? But if you're like some guy in like fucking Silicon Valley trying to make some app and people find out that you said the N-word 10 years ago, even if you don't feel bad for it, there's obviously going to be pressure to apologize for that because it can ruin your business if you don't. You know, it can. Unlucky Caucus says, I'm a friend of Max and know Chad well. He's a good bloke who has no filter, heart of gold, not a hateful person, so you get these attacks on people. I mean, I never thought he was a hateful person, to be clear. Can you summarize your position? I think I just summarized it pretty well. You know, basically, like, I guess I just don't have a high bar for people who are in like a specific business trying to make money off of like some consumer facing product apologizing. Because it makes sense, you know. If your business is YouTube, I think you should be honest with how you feel. To be clear, I think it's really bad to be dishonest about that. You know, like I would never apologize on YouTube for making like edgy comments or something, or like making edgy jokes, because I don't feel bad for that, first of all. And secondly, like my career is built off of my honesty and my integrity. I would never want to jeopardize that, right? Like I feel like I have a moral obligation to be honest with how I feel. But if I was just running some unrelated business and I was done with YouTube in like 20 years or something, if I was running like, I don't know, who fucking knows, right? Literally name any example, right? And like the goal of it was just to make as much money as possible, and there wasn't some kind of like political, social goal or like responsibility to that. Like I would just be trying to make as much money as possible, and anything that got in the way of that, I would cut that off. You know, I wouldn't want to jeopardize that, you know? I mean, that's what business is. Just don't agree you should be selling out for money. You can make the bag without selling out. I mean, the thing, like you can in some cases, yes. But in some other cases, like you can't. Like we just saw with Chad, like people were literally emailing people. Like they successfully got his bag taken away. Like he was trying to sell this drink. And he's obviously the public face of it, right? He's trying to sell it. And then this fucker was emailing the drinks that his shit was being sold at and trying to get his shit taken away, right? And we live in a culture where unfortunately that is effective. Like we saw it in practice there. Like, I think you're wrong. You know, we literally saw it in real life. Like his bag was taken away. They might not even make money on that business if that keeps happening, you know? Depot, you got to make a Discord if you want to have a chat. I can't just DM you endlessly. Like I can't, this is just going to take so fucking long. If you want to have a chat, you got to have a Discord, bro. You're doing it? Okay. I never said that. Okay. Well, if you want to make a Discord, just do it. Let me know. Stop reading chat. Just make a Discord and then put it in here. Stop being beta. All right, let's have a chat. I'm a beta male. Did we see how the person who emailed it proved it to the retailers? I don't know what specific examples they use, no. But I mean, in the email, you can kind of like predict what was going on there based on what they specifically said. Because they were like, we don't align with any of his anti-Semitic viewpoints. Why did Wendigoon shave off his beard? Budget in Praise of Shadows. I think he looks good with the beard shaved. I was surprised. He had a much stronger jawline than anticipated, you know. I personally would not do that. I don't have a very strong jawline. But, you know, I got to say, Wendigoon looked like he's been mewing. Shout out to my boy. You like that, don't you, Tom? I do. I jerked off to it. I creamed to it. I shot a big load all over this table to seeing Isaiah's face shaved. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking come. Ooh, I'm gooning. You know, that's exactly what happened, to be honest. I mean, look, tell me I'm wrong, okay? Tell me I'm wrong when you look at this, okay? When you look at this this visual, tell me I'm wrong, okay? Look at that jawline. Look at that strong. He looks like he's been mewing, okay? Hey, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. I am gay. I like guys. This is the guy I like. My friendship with him and his wife is only for the purpose of splitting them apart so I can be with him. That's literally it. You know, he's a handsome dude. What can I say? There may or may not be a video of some kind of kiss going on. I can't say, you know, that exists, but there may be a video of that. And hey, can you blame me? Look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy. My name's Isaiah. I just joined. I wouldn't talk about you. This is the one and only. This is the one and only true one, okay? This is the one. Clip that. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. All right, Depot, did you manage to make your Discord? You didn't? All right, we're just gonna move on if you didn't. Guitar retailer CEO sent an apology during BLM riots. What did a guitar retailer apologize for, of all things? That's just like perplexing to me. What did they have to apologize for during the BLM riots? They probably just didn't want their fucking store destroyed. Tom Dark Chat is adding me. Stop adding me. Okay. Call Brandon. He's crying. Base, dude. Love to see my friends cry. Donating to Trump. Oh, okay. They donated to Trump. With the official business account, they donated to Trump. The way British people talk is so fucked up. I don't rate them. The worst thing that British people say, or one of them anyway, is they're like, oh, that'd be jokes to be fair. Yeah, that'd be jokes to be fair. Shut up! Don't say that. That's worse than anything that Chad Anything Reviews has ever said to any women he went on dates with for the purpose of shocking them, okay? It's, the way British people talk is just so whack, bro. It's so fucking whack. Like, no wonder you guys fucking lost the war, okay? There's no wonder, you fucking redcoats. Your ancestors stayed in England and mine moved to the United States. I think we know who's the winner, okay? I think we know who's the winner. Frankly, I think you're of worse genetic stock if your ancestors decided to stay in Europe instead of coming to the greatest country on earth. And imagine, there's some of them that moved to Canada instead of the US. What's wrong with you?